Is it whiffing now?
No, it's just fucking moved all of my toolbars to places where I don't fucking know where they are anymore. Oh, fuck you, Audacity,
Knobs,
piece of
Knobs, what are you
shit.
doing?
I don't know.
What are you doing to me, Knobs?
Now he is a pro fucking soccer player.
I don't want to get poked in the eye. It's
Yeah,
gonna get
Knobs,
nasty in here.
eyes don't regrow.
I don't
I'm not a
know.
starfish. What are you doing to Starfish. me, Knobs?
Or should I just
Now
get a
he
pair
is
of
a pro fucking
goggles,
soccer
put them up
player.
my hair like Baird?
Beard.
When you say goggles over the hair, I don't think Baird. I think fucking Grandmaster Sexy from fucking 1990s, 2000s, fucking WWE.
Grandmaster Flash?
Grandmaster Sexy.
Fuck is Grandmaster sexy?
He's a 90s, early 2000s professional wrestler.
Oh,
What?
thought you were gonna say Naruto.
He's the son of Jerry the King Lawler, who everybody fucking knows.
Well, yeah. He's the snap into a
Sure.
Slim Jim guy. Yeah, I know him.
I'm not.
Hey,
I'm not
Dimebag
getting
and the Meek83.
Hello. I can't get to my Twitch right now. I'm going to use the pop shield to hide the fact my dirty, dirty deed.
You're making it sound way grosser than it is, and it's not gross at all.
I know. Doing it deliberately.
Doing what deliberately?
Sounding gross.
Oh, God.
Come on, Twitch. Thank
Did you ever
you.
find that streamer chick that went missing?
I saw somebody subtweeting about it. I get the impression that she showed up like a day later and was like, yeah, what's going on? You guys were looking for me? Why? What happened? And I guess she just like went radio silent for like a day and a half.
God,
Oh,
people
geez.
suck.
All right, let's get started here in a minute. Let's give time for people to hop on in.
Okay, they're playing like a fucking 45-second ad before the Twitch stream now. It used to be 30 seconds, you pieces of shit.
Can Alex Jones just go away?
I wish.
Like, can we just put him and Gronkowski on a boat and just
Send him
push him off into sea?
Just put them on a slab of ice.
So
Oh, yeah.
tired of those two.
Happy Father's Day, Boston.
Thank you.
Today is your day to relax.
You're funny. This is my
That's
day for my
adorable.
daughter to
That's
smack
adorable.
me in my CPAP hose at 5 o'clock in the morning to wake me up.
Oh,
That felt good.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Might have to restabilize that a little bit. Yeah, we'll do it when I get to it. Oh,
Alright, we're gonna cut that out. Got enough in here
Okay.
anyway.
shall I go
Actual-
sexy time?
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. Normal Tuesday night for Shia LaBeouf.
So should I go sexy time now?
Yes.
Shall I hit the party switch?
Party switch. One day, just smoke is gonna rise from under you.
I don't think that's sexy time. That's like internet creep.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, okay, there we go. I'm going to put a little post-it note above it that says internet creep switch.
Where do you
Like-
live?
Like, that's terrifying.
It's the same
Like, if
as
that
yesterday.
microphone, if that microphone wasn't there, you'd look like a disembodied head floating around.
It's like an episode of Catfish.
Hello.
I'm masking my voice.
So no one knows who I am.
Yeah, but they just enhance my image and get my retina scan. Isn't that what they do these days?
Probably. Who knows what the kids do nowadays? Breaking the
Fucking
banks.
not me.
You know, need to start inventing some shit. This is crazy. Like, why are we so like behind the times? I don't understand why nuclear power just isn't a fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's the least amount of waste of any power thing we can make, other than solar and wind. Like, it is per capita the most efficient fucking way to generate power.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're talking. Now they have ways that they can reduce the amount of waste material and create batteries out of the stuff that's only lightly radiated, which is as much radiation as a lithium battery.
That's cool.
And it lasts a lot longer.
You know why? It's because fucking everybody's terrified of goddamn radiation. You give one.
All right. Look at it this way. All right, this is how I explain to people. It's like, well, what about all the nuclear disasters? What, all fucking 3 of them?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so Chernobyl, yeah, they fucked up.
It's Russians.
They were stress testing the fucking system, and guess what? Shit went wrong.
They broke it.
Good. 3 Mile Island. The safety measures worked, and there wasn't a massive radiation leak.
Right.
It was fine. And then Fukushima was a fucking natural disaster.
Yeah.
How was that the technology's fault?
Right.
Also, it's not just the actual disasters involving them. It's also the 2 big bombs, I believe.
That's got nothing to do with nuclear.
I realize that.
Yeah.
And
But people
like
are dumb.
me, we understand that they are not related at all. We are not the mass populace. Just look at who is in charge of every country of the world right now, and you will find out that we are the fucking minority.
Yeah.
Theresa May is Prime Minister of the
It's
UK,
unreal.
for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, they talk about green, clean energy. Nuclear power makes up 60% of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you... Because it's fucking water vapor! Jesus! Oh, it's infuriating.
Yeah.
It's infuriating.
We are about 40 miles away from a nuclear power station right here, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
The Perry Nuclear Power Plant there's one, like, up in... Yeah, it's like in Ohio.
Yeah, one of Jess's uncles works at the one down the road.
Yeah.
Like, it's an amazing technology, and they can even make it even more safe. I was reading an article on... Hold on, do I still have it up in one of my tabs? One of my 90 tabs I still have
Well,
open?
people need to remember that technology is always advancing. Like, we're not saying let's build a nuclear power plant that's the same as the one from... when was Chernobyl? 40 years ago?
No, it was longer than that. It's probably... They have it in the... No, 40 years ago, probably.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's in the 70s. Yeah.
Well, that was in the 80s.
And no disrespect to them as well, but that's a communist Russia building there.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
As you can tell from their wonderful buildings and fantastic art that they created during that time, it's a really good, solid background for building shit. No, it's not. It's fucking atrocious.
Yeah.
I forgot what this one was called. It was some, like, salt fusion, whatever. I don't remember, but it was dramatically, like, reduced the waste. And then that other crazy article I read on the technology of battery, that actually the radium, or the actual radioactive isotope that they use on those carbon fuel rods, that they can remove the highly irradiated, like, the first millimeter of it or something. Because, I mean, the fuel rod's only, like, that big.
Yeah.
Like there's really long irradiated rods they put in the water, it boils the water, turns turbine, generates power. Nuclear power. So they can actually peel off that, and actually the only real nuclear waste that would have a 30,000 year half-life would be this very thin line off of the actual fuel rod. And then they can repurpose that fuel rod, since it's electrically charged because of the radioactivity in it, that they found a way that they could make batteries out of it.
That's super
Or
cool.
they can condense it into diamonds, like crazy shit.
Technology is
crazy.
great. People are stupid.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, let's defund all our fucking shit. Why not? We need more bombs.
Yeah.
We need more planes. All right, get me off of this fucking rant.
Well, do you
before I
guys want to
fucking
start
lose my
talking about
shit.
E3 then?
Yeah, sure. It's better than talking about fucking how the current world is going towards a civilization victory by domination.
Let's talk about
For what
EA's
purpose? God, we're
domination.
all in the same this fucking rock. I don't
Yes.
get it. I don't understand.
Let's talk about EA.
All right. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston, and joining me, as always, is Knobs.
Hi.
And Moonpier.
Hello.
This is our E3 2017 episode. If this is your first E3 episode with us, hi. But also, we just talk about news stories this week. No what you've been playing, no releases, no questions or anything. It's all about the most awkward E3 ever, E3 2017. We're going to talk about each of the press conferences in order from when they aired, I guess is now the word. And we'll be talking about each of the games that were shown in them roughly in chronological order here, with some exceptions made, especially on the Microsoft side. So, let's dive right into it. Start off with EA. Hands down, the most awkward... Knobs is just flipping his Surface around.
It just wasn't auto-rotating, so...
I hate when that happens. You're like, what am I doing wrong? Is it my hands? EA had hands down pretty much the most awkward and ill-prepared press conference of E3 this year, filled with plenty of influencers and people that have not been in front of cameras before. But shockingly, they started off with Madden 18.
Yep.
What? They're releasing another one?
Well, they usually don't
No.
start the press conference with it. Usually that's like in the middle with FIFA, where it's like, hey, we still make sports games. Here's 4 of them.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they started. I'm surprised they pushed so much for Long Shot, which is their story mode this year.
A little quick aside here, as a FIFA player myself, the EA have got a very specific thing they do with all of their sports games. They introduce something new into FIFA, which is the best-selling of all of their sports games, no matter what their American publishers might want you to think. FIFA sells more than Madden year after year after year.
Yeah.
So they introduce new stuff into that first and then progress it out into the other games. Like now everything's got an Ultimate Team that started in FIFA, all this kind of stuff.
Right.
The Long Shot is essentially last year's The Journey mode from FIFA 17, which I talked about on this show. It was a fantastic story mode, and it even looks like it follows the exact same plot line where a dude who doesn't look like he's going to get to play suddenly gets to play. It's the exact same story.
I mean, if it works, keep iterating. That's the Madden way. Keep iterating.
It's the EA way.
That story is as old as the hills. God.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But it's going to be somebody's first Madden, I bet. So.
No, I mean, long shot. I mean, any professional athlete's a long shot. You kidding me?
Yeah.
You know, the statistics to be a professional athlete is stupid.
Yeah.
True.
They showed off.
That's like a 1% behind like 9 zeros. Like, it's ridiculous.
Live your professional athlete dreams, Madden 18. They showed off a lot of Battlefield 1. That was one of their many, hey, look at people yelling on Twitch videos. They announced the DLC pack in the name of the Tsar. 6 new maps, Russian army, new weapons, vehicles, the Women's Battalion of Death. There's a ton of content in this thing. It looks super cool, and it's coming out in September.
Yep.
Nice.
So that seems like that it has been a little quiet on the Battlefield front for large DLC packs. So it's nice to see it show up during a big press conference like this, so they can push it hard.
Just wish they'd overhaul the way you unlock weapons in that game. I think that's the one patch it needs to probably pull everyone back in, because some of those weapons are very disheartening.
Yeah, I to be honest, I sort of tuned out during some of EA's press conference. Battlefield 1 was one of those segments. So I don't know if they addressed that, but I've seen that as a pretty common complaint. So I wonder if that's going to be, once the population of Battlefield 1 dies down, then they put out this big patch where it's like, it's raining weapons at this point, try and pull people back. Oh, and night maps.
Yeah.
There's also night maps coming out. So not everything's during the day.
How are you gonna do night maps without night vision?
Yeah, I don't.
Like, it's World War One, folks.
Yeah, most of the maps
Put
are
on your
fire,
amber
though.
goggles and hope for the best. What?
Chart by the stars.
Christmas Magic, then the Uber Soljats are going to come.
Yeah.
Then bring in Wolfenstein.
EA spent a ton of time talking about FIFA and Madden Championship Cups and going around the country and things that most people don't.
Hashtag esports.
Yeah, my wife asked me, like, why is EA spending so much time on this? And I told her, because it's not popular and they're upset about it. People are watching Dota and League of Legends and Counter-Strike and all this. TBS airs Counter-Strike matches. Like, nobody is interested in watching FIFA or Madden, and EA is upset about it. So they tried to bring it. Nobody really cares. And then they brought on stage two British guys who talked about football for a while.
Yes. You mentioned these as, I believe your wonderful show notes was the dumbest goobs to ever get on stage or something like that.
Yeah.
These two guys, as a professional soccer fan over here, they are the men in blazers. They are responsible for MSNBC's coverage of soccer, basically. Okay. They are legit big names. They don't come across as big in the slightest in this press conference.
It would have helped if they would have maybe introed them.
Yes.
Because then I would have said, "Oh, interesting. These are my soccer professionals."
Yeah, it came across to me as, if you're American and if you like soccer, you already know who these two guys are, considering MSNBC is pretty much the place to watch soccer, really.
Well,
are you culture
European
shaming?
Soccer.
That's crazy.
But yeah, they did terrible. I hated them. I hate them anyway.
Yeah. They showed Need for Speed Payback with some people that should not have been on stage. Sorry. This looks like it's basically Need for Speed, the game. It's a car-based heist game. This looks pretty cool. I could get behind this.
Out of curiosity, did you get the similar vibe that I did from this, which is it is essentially a best of racing games, because it had the giant truck firing out giant explosives, which was a very split-second thing.
Yeah.
It had, ridiculous crashes, which is a very burnout thing. I was just watching it thinking, are they like trying to do every single racing game that is popular received here? Because
why not? It's mush them all together.
That's EA's MO.
Yeah.
I'm
not going to lie, it hit me in the right spot.
Well, the part that really sold me was when that one lady jumped out of your car and climbed in the truck and then exploded out of the back with another car, and you drove as that one. I was like, all right, crap, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'd play that.
Yep.
Didn't I see a movie trailer with that in it?
Probably one of the Fast and Furious, yeah.
No, it wasn't that one.
No,
it was something along the lines of it. I think it's got Clint Eastwood's kid in it.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't... I mean, that... it seemed very much like one of your summer popcorn games. Like that's...
Yes.
It's a game that's not going to be super long. You're not going to play it forever. It's not going to... You and your friends aren't going to be racing across the country. It's going to be a 10-hour experience and say, like, that was pretty cool. Well, the game looked good. And I think it's Frostbite. So...
Yeah, it is.
Everything's Frostbite.
You know what? Yeah, it's EA, so just assume it's Frostbite at this point.
Use Frostbite.
No choice in the matter. Go.
Yeah.
But I'll be keeping an eye on it now. I wasn't interested at all in Need for Speed. I've got two of them I haven't played right now. Yeah. So if it's got a good single player, I'm in.
Yeah. They reintroduced EA Originals, which was their indie program that I had completely forgotten about because they hadn't put any games out on it yet, except they announced their first game. They announced A Way Out by Hazelight Studio.
Yes.
This is founded by the guy who made Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which I still haven't spent the 2 hours to finish. This is a story-based co-op prison break game. You only play it in split screen, whether you're online or couch co-op, and this game looks cool.
Yep.
I want to play this game very badly.
Out of curiosity, when I was watching this trailer, my first instinct was, I can't wait to play this with my wife.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, as soon as I thought that, I was like, I wonder if Boston feels the same way watching this.
Well, I think the cool thing about A Way Out is I would want to play it with multiple people. I hope it's a short enough experience that I could play it with multiple people so you could try out all the different opportunities and all the different ways to solve the puzzles. Because I think that could be really cool. Whether you're on the couch or whether you're online, I think that seems like a really neat experience. And I wrote on Discord, I already see the bad reviews coming where people are like, I don't want to play split screen on online, I want to use my whole screen. It's like that seems to be missing the from the trailer, it seems to be missing the focus of what makes that game interesting.
Remember it was a big deal to have split screen?
It still is for a lot of shooters on this gen. Sadly. They also announced Seed, Search for Extraordinary Experiences Division, which they went a long way to explaining it's a research and development group. They could have just done that. They showed off BioWare's new IP. This new IP that BioWare, I think was codenamed Dylan. They've been talking about this for like 3 years. They're saying like, oh yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be super. It's now called Anthem. They showed off a quick trailer with some sort of mech suits and stuff, and said, "Hey, tune into the Microsoft briefing. We'll show more there."
It looks neat.
That game does look pretty neat. I'm interested to see another BioWare game. Showed off NBA Live 18. I don't have any notes for it because it's NBA Live. So.
Yes. I am just about done with NBA Live right now.
Sweet freedom. They showed off Star Wars Battlefront 2. They showed off a ton of multiplayer gameplay forever. For the longest time.
Watching the build up for it, as soon as they started playing it, I couldn't help but think they made Star Wars Battlefield.
Yeah.
But it's what we were expecting Battlefield to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was what we were expecting the first one to be.
Yeah.
And it looks like they might have actually delivered this time. So
great, they just stole another $60.
Yup.
Yeah. I mean,
they did announce though the free DLC. Like they're going to take that approach, the Titanfall 2 approach to it. Which
I mean, they should.
What? Good.
Sort of the least they can do at this point. That looks cool. That looks like more of it. I really wish they would have showed some stuff from the single player campaign. They made a really big deal of like, there's offline single player. It's like, yeah, cool. But how much? Like, if it's a 4-hour campaign like Titanfall 2, that's a really tight, cool experience. That's fine, but I don't believe them.
Wait, what do you think it's gonna be like 2 hours?
No, I worry that it's gonna be like this 8-hour like sprawling, which I know somebody's gonna roll their eyes and be like, oh, 8 hours. I feel like it's gonna be this like meandering thing where it's sort of like, okay, maybe I didn't want that. Maybe this isn't good. So
what made Titanfall 2 so great was how it moved from thing to thing really quick, no wasted time, no wasted space.
Yep.
And if they can do that, great. But yeah, I'm hoping it's not a meandering, but it's one of those things we'll have to wait and see until they get more story trailers.
Yeah.
I kind of hope it's meandering and a little long. I like single player Star Wars shooters.
Yeah, we haven't had a good one in a while.
I like, Republic Commando, Dark Forces.
Yep.
I mean...
Dark Forces, by the way, is now, like, almost 30 years old, by the way.
Yep.
God!
That's been how long... That's been how long it's been since we've had a great Star Wars. But you're right, Republic Commando was really good because it tried to do something... Sorry. It did something different with the Star Wars property. And the thing I'm worried about Battlefront... Or this game, is it Battlefront or Battlefield 2?
Battlefront.
Okay. The thing I'm worried about is they made a big deal where they're like, we're tying together Rogue One and A New Hope. And it's like, oh, God. Here we go.
Don't saddle yourself in that.
Yeah, like, let's just tell a cool story. Let me throw...
Look what they did with Empire at War. Like,
yeah, I think they also said, I think it's going to bridge all the way up to The Force Awakens.
Oh, God. Okay. You're not selling it, Moon.
Did you just vomit a little bit in your mouth at that?
No, I mean, it would be cool if they did like the gap between Return of the Jedi and I can't remember. Is it New Order?
Episode 7?
What that?
The Force
Yeah, episode
Awakens.
7. The Force Awakens. There we go.
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, so the
Wolfenstein
gap
you're
between
thinking
those
of.
two movies on the rise of the New Order.
Well,
like that
yeah.
would be interesting. No, I don't really know. Oh, great. There's another guys, and they decided to do Stormtroopers again.
I have an
'Cause it worked
exciting
out so
announcement
well.
for you for 2020, Knob. Star Wars Battlefront 3 coming with new story content, now 8 hours long. And then, shockingly, they wrapped up the show with Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, saying,
Yep.
hey, there's a bunch of stuff coming to it. I don't understand any of it.
Yep.
Moonpierce seems excited, though.
It's more content for Galaxy of Heroes. I won't be playing it much longer, so I'll probably dip my toe in, and then my phone will die. So
Well.
we'll see.
There we go. So what do we think about EA overall? Seemed a little thin.
Like two things I'm interested in. Well, 3 things I'm interested in. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, okay, but not great.
I don't know. I'm not a big EA fan anyway. So
I think for me,
I'm still mad over the whole Westwood thing. That's how long I've been holding that.
yeah, don't let it go, man. I think the thing for me is you don't have to put together a 90-minute press conference. 60 minutes would have been really good and nice. A nice, tight 60 minutes without... Here's some influencers talking about, I built my car in Need for Speed Payback.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't care.
Yeah, that part bothered me. But then the whole industry's going that way now with the whole influencer thing.
Yeah.
It's all going towards the direction of this is someone popular on Twitch. PC had a streamer as one of its co-hosts, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, we'll get to the PC gaming show in a minute. It's on watch. Let's move on to Microsoft's press conference. First and foremost, the Scorpio is now known as the Xbox One X. I need to make sure I enunciate because it's not the Xbox One S. It is now the X as well. So if Christmas needed to be any worse for parents, figure out if your kid wants the S or the X.
Yep.
I hate these naming schemes. They're so bad.
Yeah.
Yep. But
Xbox One Ultra.
No, I want the Scorpio, so the S. No, it's the X. What?
Right. Great point.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be
You
even
see
worse.
how
I didn't even think of that.
confusing this is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have down here September 7th, but I think it comes out November 7th, correct?
I changed it.
Okay.
November 7th.
Oh, I didn't miss that one too.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Austin.
I got September on the brain.
Wait,
Yes,
I think it's November.
7th. It's November 7th.
yeah, it's November.
Okay.
7th. Later unveiled to be $500, which was expected, but Microsoft.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I think at this point, based on everything they've already said, we all knew it was going to come out 500, probably 500 minimum, if not more. I think it's a decent price point. It's very expensive, but for what it is in that box, it's decent. It's just do you have the setup to run what is in that box? Nobs does. I don't. I don't think Boston does.
No, I don't. My TV does 1080p, not even HDR. So like I don't, and I don't have $500. So
I have a good solution for your HDR problem.
there you go. I think Microsoft did come out and do the same thing that Sony did, which was smart, which is this is a if if you want this console, like if you want to play Xbox One games, get the S. It's much cheaper. It runs everything. But if you have, like Moon was saying, if you have the 4K setup, you have HDR, you have all that good stuff, the X is there for you. All your you do HD Blu-ray. It has the hardware and accessories work with the X, which was surprising they came out to say. I would be upset if I had to buy a new controller, but that's weird. It's smaller than the S. Which
they showed it with the controller on top of it, and I was thinking that if that's the actual size of it, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, they made it smaller because they have a liquid cooled vapor chamber, so it's not fan powered, which is smart. Let's not Moon holding up his own vapor chamber. That's incredibly smart of them because they can't afford to spend $7.5 billion again this generation for overheating consoles.
Yeah,
so,
definitely not.
Just go with liquid cooling, because that's your solution. Also, I don't. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. If you hear random little noise coming from my side, it's because it's absolutely teeming down outside right now.
Really?
The heavens have opened, and I was wondering what the white noise I could hear was. It's literally the rain coming from the window.
If we lose Moonpier, then we find out his house has faulty power.
Yes.
What? It's raining here too. You don't hear me complaining about it.
I'm just saying, if you can hear it over the microphone, I'm apologizing to the audio listeners in advance.
Great news for Knobs. I don't think I wrote it down, but Microsoft paired with some company that I don't remember the name of right now is putting out the Duke for the Xbox One yet again. It is the same controller, and it just plugs it in the Xbox One. And I think I'm
not gonna lie. I kind of want it. I kind of really want it.
It has the black and white buttons again. Like it's great.
Like I know way back when for a charity stream a couple of years ago, one of the designers over at Xbox actually took apart like 5 original Dukes and then put the Xbox One controller parts into it.
Nice.
And then sealed over the port and made it a wireless Duke for the Xbox One, and then sold it for charity.
That would be our show title if we had one by the way this week. Wireless Duke.
Or this Duke. Well, I tell you what, I still would have to say the Duke's D-pad is hands down the best thing my thumb has ever touched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Controller-wise.
To be clear. Well, and you have...
Let's just be...
You have very large paws, so the Duke was adequately sized.
Yeah, I had a similar thing. Like I love the Duke. Like the Duke fits nicely into my hands.
It's too big.
One of the reasons I can't really play a PlayStation for long times is because I will get hand cramps using that controller.
I have tiny hands, man. Look at these guys. Tiny.
They look like big, strong hands, don't they?
Terrible. Let's move on to the games they showed here. They showed off Forza 7 Motorsport. Shockingly, there's another Forza coming out. 700 cars. It's a Forza game.
Yep. Until it's got Horizon at the end, I don't care.
Yeah, I will probably rent this just because I don't think I played Forza 6, so it's about time to play another Forza game. But I like them. I like that they come out. Polyphony. But, you know, I would rather play some of the DLC for Forza Horizon 3 because that's still coming out. So,
yes.
You know, they're sort of eating their own lunch, which is interesting. Next trailer was for Metro Exodus, which is this...
Oh, this was a good trailer.
Cool
That game looks interesting, but God, it's a Metro game.
Yeah. It's never clicked with me.
I want to shoot all the bullets. I don't want to spend them.
Right. I want to spend them by putting them into people.
That's right.
I have both of the Metro games on the Xbox One. I still haven't started them yet.
Shock! They showed off a little bit of Assassin's Creed Origins, which looks pretty good.
Yeah, it really does.
It's got loot. It's got levels.
Yeah.
It's got an eagle. Eagle Vision is an eagle.
That is probably the funniest thing. As soon as they did that and he started spotting things, I literally burst out laughing because it was like they have now literally turned Eagle Vision into a literal eagle.
Yeah.
I was almost on the floor laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, it looks good.
It looks cool. The thing I saw the other day was, hey, you can swim and dive, and there's a whole bunch of stuff underwater too. And it's like, well, great. Now I'm going to play even more of this game.
Great. Wait, now there's more marks. Now the marks are in the water.
Exactly.
One respite you had for looking for stuff is now in the water.
The blue chests are underwater, Knobs.
No, the blue chests are the social chests that you need to play the Facebook game to get.
Face. Have you installed the Assassin's Creed Origins Uplay app?
No.
Great. Now I just got to get some scuba gear.
Yeah.
So Egyptian scuba gear, what is that? Some reeds?
Yes.
A really
that's
long
exactly
reed.
what it is. It's a big reed.
You're connecting your 20-foot snorkel with reeds.
Yeah. So that game looks super cool, but during this and during Ubisoft, they didn't show off a whole ton, honestly, which was kind of surprising, even though it's coming out later this year. So they didn't show the other character, which is sort of interesting. So I didn't even know they were doing two characters, to be honest. Yeah, a couple of people were asking Ubisoft, like, hey, is this the only character you're playing as? Like, no, there's another one, but don't worry about it. It's like, what? Are you playing as hair later? Yeah, are you talking about? Are you going to play Lucy? Like, like, who knows? So, I mean, I'm still going to buy it. So, they don't need to show much, but it leaked. Maybe because it leaked so early, they're just going to hold the rest of it to the vest and be like, no, man, you guys you leaked it, so you got to wait. Yeah, you spoiled your Christmas surprise. Now you have to wait until next Christmas. Yeah, exactly. Next game was PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. The most popular game on Twitch and Steam right now is coming to Xbox One, and surprisingly an Xbox One console exclusive. So I do not know how much Microsoft paid for that, but probably a lot. Yep. And it will make them a lot of money. Real big number. I mean, I actually said to my wife before this show started, like we were talking about what Microsoft needs to show, and we agreed it was games, ideally exclusive games, which, while we're going through this games list, by the way, I almost got a Pathfinder vibe from the amount of times they said exclusive. Yes. It was so often. I was just thinking every time he said it, I couldn't help but think Pathfinder. But yeah, I was talking with my wife and said, ideally they need to get PlayerUnknown's because it hasn't been announced for any consoles as of yet. It will come to the consoles eventually. It's just if they want a good game like that, get it ahead of everybody else. Yep. And then they brought them out. I was like, yay, my prediction came true. Yeah. They also showed off Deep Rock Galactic, which is a weird 4-player co-op first-person dungeon crawling FPS thing. Minecrafty thing. Yeah. Cave spelunking. I don't know. It makes me think of Astroneers. Which is currently on early access. It's got a very similar vibe to that. Yeah, except it's got dwarves. Yeah, everything's better with dwarves. They also showed off State of Decay 2, which is coming out spring 2018, and it looks pretty similar to the first one. So yeah, yep. There was a pretty big disconnect for me on that game because it was like it looked amazing graphically. It looked fantastic. And then the second people started running, I was like, that's State of Decay. That animation is hot garbage. That is clearly a State of Decay game. Yeah. Stop focusing on your graphics and put more into animation, please. I don't care if it looks bad. Just make people run smooth. Yeah. They also showed off the Darwin Project, which I don't have notes for. Does anyone know this? It's PlayerUnknown's again. It's an arena-based killer where you jump in with a bunch of people and you kill a bunch of people. It's another battle royale early access game. They show off Minecraft, the 4K graphics pack, which is the first graphics update since the game launched. I hate to say it looked beautiful. Ish. I mean, for Minecraft, they're doing some stuff with lighting that looks cool and some stuff with some like volumetric fog and stuff. But I'm showing my age here. It's still Minecraft. So I like Minecraft. Well, it is cross-platform.
When did we become curmudgeons?
Probably when we started the show.
About episode 100 when Nobs got on it.
Oh, hey, whoa, hot blast.
Hey, it's fair to say I'm probably one of the most positive people on this show.
It's Moonpier's last episode. Thank you so much for being on the show.
You're English. You're supposed to be the curmudgeon. I think it's your fault.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Poisoning him with your tea.
I will be polite and take the blame.
There you go. They did announce cross-platform play between the Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. The weirdest part about this is that Nintendo Switch runs Xbox Live on it to enable Minecraft cross-platform. That's pretty cool. So
yeah, I was not going to lie. It felt a little bit like when they were announcing that, it felt like they were throwing a bit of shade at Sony, as if to say...
Of course they were. Well,
Sony's... You're the one who's not... You're the one who's not, allowing
playing
this.
ball. Yeah, Sony's excuses are like, well, we want to protect online, and don't forget about the kids. That's really, and technology's hard. I mean, let's just see you later. And it's like, no, but why aren't you? Like, if Nintendo can get something online with someone else, you have no excuse to say like, no, man, it's hard.
Nintendo did it.
Yeah. Ah, crap. I mean, I guess that means we need to do it too.
Voice chat on their new console.
Well, on your phone, yeah, but
Yeah,
next up, the most important game of 2017, Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yes.
The thing that I thought was really interesting is there was an interview going around recently of one of the women who's leading the design on Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's the same woman who's been designing fighting games at Arc System Works ever since. What was that fighting game with the fantasy characters that all had different HP levels? Battle Fantasia.
Battle Fantasia.
She's working on designing this as well, and she said like a lot of Dragon Ball games are really cool and they're really great at fan service, but Dragon Ball FighterZ needs to be more, because you can do the fan service and you can do the intro for people that don't know Dragon Ball stuff. And I was like, okay. Yeah. And then they showed a bunch of videos where it looks like Dragon Ball, just 100%. Yes. And I'm so excited.
They were doing stuff where they were pulling panels from the still shot from the game and then shots from the manga, and it is like almost identical.
Yeah. I mean, like, when somebody like jumps off the ground to go follow someone, they do that curving arc of light. Like everything is right how you want that to be. So
yeah. I don't think I probably squeezed a little harder at different games, but this was one of the top 3 squeeze for me.
Well, just to see it in action was just like, oh man, you did it.
When it came up and I saw Dragon Ball, I was thinking it's got to be a Shonen Jump game, because they're not going to put just Dragon Ball on a press conference stage. But then when they showed it in action, then I was like, okay, yes, they did, and they have every reason to put it here in this big spot.
Yeah, it looks so
good. That game
good.
looks beautiful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They also spent a lot of time on Black Desert, the MMO that's coming to consoles. This is old enough and niche enough that I'm surprised they spent any time on it during the press conference, nevertheless, as much as they did. It's beautiful, but...
Yeah, it is, but from what I've seen of it, I mean, I haven't seen any of the recent stuff, but the thing to play that game for is the character creator.
Yeah, beyond that, I mean,
it's an MMO.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of crazy stuff there. Also showed off a little bit of the Artful Escape, which is kind of crazy-looking platformer that I don't know too much about. Some of this stuff here is, the indie showcase that they're showing off.
Did you see the release date for the Artful Escape?
I did not.
It said, coming when it's damn ready.
Nice.
Great. Old id style of like, I don't know, man, it's not done yet.
Yep.
They also, I don't want to update Windows 10, Microsoft. They also showed off Code Vein, which is trying to remember who's making this.
Was that the Bandai game?
Yeah,
Bandai Namco?
I think so, and it's one of their more popular teams. But it's a strange sort of fighting vampire game that I still don't think they've showed off enough yet to really get my head around exactly what that's going to be.
The trailer piqued my interest, but that's about it, really.
Yeah. Showed off Rare's Sea of Thieves, which still looks pretty fun if you've got a bunch of people to sail your pirate ship with.
Yes.
I could see that being a game that's like a really good Monday night game. But if you are going to do that with randos, I think that's going to be... Like, if you're going to go pub up some Sea of Thieves, I feel like that's going to be, like, one of the layers of hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
I totally agree, but that game looks so much fun, like, jumping from pirate ship to pirate ship, getting shot from a cannon, I mean...
It just looks fun. Like, it just looks like a fun time.
It seems like they've, like, even though it's really none of the original people are there, it seems like they have captured that rare charm that all of the old games had.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's not top of the line. It's not the best thing ever, but it's so charming. It makes up for any deficiencies it might have. And
Well,
it does seem like that trailer captured it a little bit.
And even watching a trailer, I think you can easily put yourself in the shoes in the game and say like, okay, I think I could see how this could be fun with a group of my friends, pretty quickly. So much to their credit. Showed off Super Lucky's Tale. I don't know who is making this, but it looks like a surprisingly potentially competent character platformer.
Yeah, it looked interesting. I will play it. I will play everything though, so that doesn't really say a whole lot.
Yeah,
but
it
looks like it could be cute.
This is the non-VR sequel to the Oculus Rift exclusive Lucky's Tale, and I didn't hear anything about that game, so I don't know. So we'll see, I guess. Cuphead showing up for its 18th E3 appearance, finally coming in September. $20.
That game still looks. I really want to play that game. I don't know why.
It looked great. It looks fun. They added levels now. It's not just a boss rush, so that's even more of a selling point. Next game, and most importantly, Terry Crews Crackdown 3, coming November 7th. Has an air dash.
He's playable. Please tell me he's playable.
I think
he is so perfect as an agent.
I'm fairly sure he is playable.
Yeah, it seemed to zoom in when he jumped backwards. It seemed to zoom into behind him to transition into the gameplay, and it seemed to hint quite heavily that he is what you can play as him.
He is an agent. Yeah.
Yes.
The thing that really stuck out to me, two things were air dash, which is a thing that I think Crackdown needs. Obviously agility orbs, but that's a given. And then there was a rocket launcher that basically was a black hole and then exploded. I really want to play Crackdown 3.
Me too.
And
I really want to play it a lot.
I think that's one of those games that's going to look really great on the X because there's so much neon lighting in that game. I feel like that's one of those games where HDR is really going to pop.
Yeah, HDR and 4K is just going to... I think that will probably... It reminds me of Viva Pinata being a really good example of a transition over to 1080.
Yeah.
That I feel like Crackdown could be the same for 4K.
Did you guys notice what they didn't show in that trailer?
Any of the destruction.
Yeah. That's okay by me. Just get it done. Put it out.
Even if they take the destruction out, I don't care.
It's still Crackdown.
Crackdown. And
we'll play it and we'll enjoy it, and then we'll play it and enjoy it more when the Toy Box DLC comes out in a couple months after that. You know.
Yep.
Yeah. I just want to bust some gangs.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do.
I hope they return to that from Crackdown 1. I feel like that was such a strong way of setting that game up that it was missing in Crackdown 2. So.
Well, I'm kind of curious of how they're going to have that continuation after the credit stinger at the end.
Yeah, they might be like, whatever.
I don't know. I kind of hope they pull it in because I didn't think they were going to pull it in. Crackdown 1 and 2, they pulled tied that together a little bit.
That's true.
But finding out the agents are the bad guys, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What's the bet? The big bad in this is the person regrown from that hand.
That'd be great. Like that thing at the end of
Akira. I
Akira.
kind of hope we're the bad guys. And at the end, the agent guy is going to be like, hey, good job. Now we own everything.
Yeah.
Corporations.
That'd be great. Next they showed off Ashen, which is not a game I put notes for, so I don't remember.
Nope. I literally wrote cool, as in it looks cool. But
all right.
Again, it's one of those things that I will wait and see more for.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of games on that they're showing, which is like that makes me interested, but I'm not going to promise to do anything until I see more.
Yeah. They showed off a short trailer for Life is Strange Before the Storm, the recently announced prequel, 3-episode prequel to Life is Strange that's coming out starting in August 31st. Two big black marks towards this, just to be honest with people. One, Don't Nod is not making it. A studio I don't recognize is, like Tech 9 or something like that. And because of the SAG-AFTRA voice actor strike, Chloe is not voiced by the same person.
What?
Oh, Tiny Tina's not doing Chloe. That's terrible.
No. So I will probably still try it, but I don't know if we need this.
I didn't to be honest. I don't think we needed anything in the same universe in the first place. But I'm not going to lie. When I saw it, I got excited. I didn't realize the things you just said.
Yeah.
So now I've just gone from super hype to
Cautious.
No, I'll
Yeah.
wait and see. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Middle Earth: Shadow of War got some play. That looks like they took that game and just added a whole bunch more stuff into it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing that.
Yeah, that seems really cool.
I do love they showed the costume change when he actually went to siege someone, and he went from his rags to his armor, and I love the fact that they actually give him a different costume for the siege.
Yeah.
So cool. I can't wait.
They showed off Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Sadly, not Will-O-the-Wisps, like it should be, guys. That's more Ori, so I will buy that. I will play it, and it's more Metroidvania. That first one was incredible, so I'd happily line up for another one of these, because that
looks
should be
beautiful
cool.
as well.
Yeah, those
that
are
on
just
our
stunning
list?
games. What's that?
Is that on our list? Ori and the Blind
Ori.
Forest?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
And Knobs is asking for a game club. I believe so. I'll look it up here while we're chatting. Next up was original Xbox backwards compatibility. They of course showed off Crimson Sky's High Road to Revenge because that's the game
Everybody
everyone
wants
wants to
it.
play again. This is interesting. I don't think it was on our list, so I'm just gonna add it here real quick. This is interesting because Microsoft came out at the end and said, like, yeah, you can put your original Xbox One discs in your Xbox. Yeah, original Xbox discs in your Xbox One, and it will work.
I don't know if the insert the disc in it will work is going to work for the One or the S. I don't know if that's just an X
I
thing.
think that might be an X thing.
Yeah, if it is,
Because you
fine.
know what? X is going to give it to you.
That's true. And honestly,
wow.
like,
I forgot about those jokes.
yeah, honestly, if you really care about original Xbox BC, that's just a value add for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see.
You know what's going to be awesome if that still has... I wonder if they had network support back for those.
Yeah, I don't
maybe,
know.
maybe not. Because, man, I would love to get some DOA 3 on. Because that's the best one.
Yeah, because
I'm
they
waiting for Ninja Gaiden back as well.
yeah, they killed Xbox Live for the original Xbox a couple of years ago. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Interesting. They announced a couple of 4K upgrades: Gears of War 4, Forza Horizon 3, which yes, please put it in my eyeballs. Halo Wars 2, and a couple of other lesser games. And they said later on a little bit later on, will be Final Fantasy 15 and Resident Evil 7. So nice to see that developers are coming back and saying, like, yeah, we're gonna make Gears of War 4 and Forza Horizon 3 look better, which great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Witcher was on that list as well. The
What
Witcher
was?
3 was on that list.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. So good. Keep doing that.
Yes.
And last but not least, BioWare showed off more Anthem. This is one trailer I didn't get to go back to, but I saw a little bit of it, and it looks like future planet hopping shooter.
Yeah.
So
With a bit of Destiny in there.
yeah. So that looks cool. I'm cautiously optimistic on that one. I want to see BioWare put out something really extraordinary again after they've had a couple of misses industry-wide for the last couple of games. Well, I guess since Dragon Age 2. It would be nice.
I don't think Andromeda was a miss. God.
No,
Man, I can't beat some
industry-wise.
yeah, industry-wise
like,
is I think sales-wise especially. Critically it was fine, and fans obviously love it for the most part. But I don't think they've had a hit like Mass Effect 1 and 2 or Dragon Age Origins since that sort of trilogy of games. Ever since then, it's sort of been like, yeah, this game is good, but it has some problems here and there that doesn't make it an out-and-out recommendation.
It sucks, man. I hate it turns into that "what have you done for me lately" thing.
Yeah. But that's Microsoft. I think they had a pretty good showing. They showed off a ton of exclusive games, which is exactly what they needed to show off.
Yep.
Yep. Like I said, the Pathfinder exclusive was just ridiculous by the end of it. It was every trailer was just exclusive.
Yeah. It's like listening to a new single on the radio in the 90s. Hot 92! Brand new single. Just like, yeah, I want to hear the song, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I thought they had a particularly strong show because it was literally just games.
Yep.
Xbox One X to start the show and close the show.
Yep.
That's it. Games.
Yeah, and I like that they continued to push, like, this is coming out for Xbox One X and Windows 10, or like Xbox One and Windows 10, and here are the games that are cross-play and cross-buy. You know, they're very clear about their messaging on, here's what platforms it's coming out on, here's if it's cross-buy and cross-play, you know, here are the details you don't have to worry about. You know, am I going to be able to play it with my friends? Am I going to be able to, you know, when am I going to get it? It's very, very clear about all that. So, I thought they had a good show.
Me too.
Nothing
They
really
had the
wrong.
show they had the show they needed to have.
Exactly. And that's the best way to
Like,
put
they
it.
got their new hardware out there. They got all the bells and whistles for what games are coming out, and you know, it was a workman-like E3 episode for them.
Yep. Next up on the the docket was Bethesda. They announced a whole grip of old stuff, basically. Doom VFR, which is a really great name. It's Doom 2016 in VR. So,
Yep.
reading about that, it sounds really interesting. They've done a lot of hard work to make it so you don't get sick when you're moving in that game. But it's sort of hard to... I don't think I'd be able to do it justice to explain how to move in that game unless I've played it. So I'd go read it about it because it sounds cool.
That'd be interesting because I mean that game moves at such an insane pace that it has to be almost vomit-inducing.
Yeah, a lot of people I've read that have played it has said I expected to go in and be really nauseous, and I wasn't, and I was doing some really cool stuff. So
yeah,
fingers crossed. They also showed off Fallout 4 VR. It's Fallout 4 in VR. We are going
what a shock.
Keep milking this cow until it's bones, apparently, which we'll get back to in a minute. So, if you play Fallout 4, you know what that is. Elder Scrolls Online, they showed off a Morrowind expansion or something.
In VR?
I don't think they've put support for VR. Now, I know you're joking, but I was like, no, I think, did they? No.
No, they didn't.
They keep selling ESO like people are playing it. They're not.
But they are making Skyrim in VR now, right?
They are.
Yes,
That's in our Sony one, yeah.
The Morrowind, that is the DLC expansion pack for ESO. What made me laugh about this is all of the ESO games have basically the same music in it with their own twist, like their title screen music. Everybody knows the Skyrim one.
Yeah.
They used the Skyrim one to promote the Morrowind DLC.
Great.
I thought that was a little bit naughty of them. Yeah, a little naughty, being like, you love this game, didn't you? Remember, listen to this music, so you remember this music.
It's Skyrim Online.
Uh-huh.
They also showed off Elder Scrolls Legends. That's that card game thing. You're also not playing that.
Yeah.
So, sorry. They showed off Skyrim on the Switch, because there's two versions of Skyrim coming out again. You can use the Link amiibo to dress up as Link in Skyrim on the Switch. It looks bad.
Yeah, it really does.
It does not look good.
It looks so bad on those messed up Skyrim faces.
Yeah, let's do another pass on that one. That needs a little TLC before that comes out. It's a cool idea, but I don't know. They showed off Dishonored 2 DLC Death of the Outsider coming out September 15th, and I realized, hey, Dishonored 1 and 2 was made by the guys who made Prey. And I was thinking, man, I have to play Dishonored now, don't I?
Yes.
I had that same thought after I soured on Dishonored pretty hard.
Yeah.
I think one is a good game. Like, it's a genuinely enjoyable game for me. Just don't go for the achievements like I did, like an idiot.
Yeah.
And two, It has similar achievements to Prey, where it's like, oh, do this without killing anybody, do the whole game only killing people, so on and so forth.
Right.
Dishonored 2,
Yeah,
I've still
I don't
yet
care about
to
any
play.
of that.
I know you don't. Dishonored 2 has apparently got one of the best designed levels in video games to date.
Great.
So,
Well, they made my favorite Bioshock, which is Bioshock 2. So
yep,
they're
same.
sort of hitting all the high points here.
Oh, yeah.
They showed off Quake Champions.
Eh.
That's still a thing.
Is it me, or like I'd never played Quake? So is it just me, or is this not the Quake you're looking for?
This is 100% not the Quake you're looking for.
It's Quake Arena.
No, it's Quake Overwatch.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's not Quake Arena. That came out already.
Is that Team Arena?
No, that would be great, but that already came out on Steam a while ago. They just re-put out Quake 3 Arena. No, this is Quake Overwatch. This is classes of characters with skills, and I want it to be good. I want it to be good in the same way that Gears 4's Horde mode being different was good. I haven't seen it yet. Like, I haven't seen the part where I'm like, now I get it. Now I get why you changed. Now I get why you quote-unquote modernized Quake. I haven't seen that yet. So, well, hopefully. They announced Evil Within 2 October 13th, 2017. Looks like more Evil Within. A lot of people really liked that first one once it got fixed. So,
I like that.
Yeah. Happy to see someone's coming out with another horror game.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least, they showed off Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. That looks incredible.
Oh, wow.
That trailer was hot.
Yeah.
I did particularly enjoy, by the way, the very start of the trailer, after it does all the TV stuff. KKK members walking down the street.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was very surprised that they went that far.
Yeah, they're jumping in with both feet, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's alternate reality. You can do whatever you want. Like, it's gonna be great. That's it. Just if it's any bit of the pedigree of the last 3 games they put out, this game's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that they brought the suit forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy to see that they've taken some time to make Wolfenstein 2, and it seems like they had a really strong design document when they were making this, and they knew exactly what they were going to do, and came out swinging during E3. This looks super cool, and I'm glad they closed out their show with it, because that's the strongest way. They started with the weakest stuff, and then finished up with the strongest here.
Yeah, they definitely presented in the correct order.
Yeah, exactly. I thought Bethesda had a fine show. You know, their one is always a little thin, because seems like they kind of try and, like EA this year, they kind of try and stretch a little too much out of their content, like Elder Scrolls Online. You don't need to show it for that much. I get it. Like, have a live stream just for that over on Twitch.
Yeah, that was another one. Wasn't that another one of those segments where it was a bunch of streamers talking about Elder Scrolls?
Probably. When I knew it was ESO, I apologies to anybody that plays it and likes it. Remember, I'm a Destiny fan. I too.
What?
I do love Destiny.
Yeah. What?
I think my favorite thing in that was they had a trailer. They released a trailer beforehand, released it to a bunch of streamers, then took the footage of them watching it and did like a breaking the fourth wall trailer, responding to the streamers, responding to their trailer. It was so dumb.
Shoot me in the face, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Please stop doing that during E3, guys.
I thought it was a decent show. I mean,
how are reaction videos still a thing? Like,
it was a reaction trailer. That's the best part.
No, what do you think reaction videos are? Like, these people, oh my god, I see the trailer for the first time. It's the dumbest thing in the world. I hate them. They need to go away. Put those on the boat.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the PC gaming show. Again, another just meandering mess of a show, as it has been. We haven't covered it in the last couple years because it's been such a disaster.
This is my first PC press conference I've ever seen. I've never seen one of the PC press conferences.
Yeah.
mostly because of you guys smack talking it like crazy. This is the first one I sat down and watched. Oh boy, was it awkward.
Yeah, you missed the 30-minute intro from Intel about how cool Intel is. So that
True, but
Intel
Intel where they're
stuff.
telling you how to build a computer here.
God, I wish. That'd be great.
I might have missed that one, but I got the section in the middle where it was a software designer telling you how great Intel is.
Yeah.
Make sure you put your anti-static bracelet on.
Yeah, exactly. They showed
Ground
off.
yourself to the case, please.
They showed off XCOM 2: War of the Chosen. It's basically. This is my old PC gaming showing. It's basically a total conversion expansion coming out in August 29th. It changes a lot of the game pretty considerably and adds 2 or 3 more factions to the game. It sounds like, if you haven't played XCOM 2 yet, wait for this. If you have played it, maybe it's time to start another campaign. It's pretty big. Double Fine came out to show Ooblets coming out in 2018 for PC and Xbox One.
It looks so cute.
It's a Double Fine game. It's probably going to be pretty good.
The worst part, I know it's going to the Xbox One as well because it was shown in the Xbox One like indie game trailers.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was in there like quick flashes of games.
Yeah.
It was in that. I saw it and thought, that looks cute. I wonder what that is. And then I watched the PC show, and there it is. It's what it's called, who it's coming from, and I got even more excited.
Yeah.
I love cute games.
I hope this is one of the good Double Fine games.
Yes.
It's pretty hit and miss with some of their stuff. Showed off BattleTech, which looks
that is
really cool. It is.
Yeah.
Friggin' Mech Warrior 2 in 2017. So
Need Mech Warrior in my life.
yeah, very excited.
And BattleTech's like it's what are those GoBots?
Yeah.
Sister cousins, brother wives.
Yeah, the Digimon of that.
Yeah.
They showed off
Pocket Monsters?
Yeah. They showed off Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord, which you know whether or not you want to buy it.
Yeah, it's another one of those games.
Yeah.
Like, if you've seen it, you know what it is.
They showed off Total Warhammer 2, which is a Total War Warhammer game, which is crazy, and I'm surprised it hasn't been done more often already. They showed off Destiny 2 with a message of, don't worry, streamers. Destiny 2 is going to be really great on PC. And it's sort of like, okay.
Yeah.
It's coming out later after consoles, but I didn't mention that.
Yes.
But cool, I guess. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. It's also, really quick, we mentioned it earlier, this is also the same press conference that had a streamer as a co-host. Just for a reminder from earlier on in the show.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Very Twitch-focused. Which is fine, but I mean,
Yes.
Know your audience, right?
Yeah, exactly. They showed off Tunic, which is used to be called Secret Legend. It is a really cool isometric, kind of almost Legend of Zelda hack and slash adventure action game. So that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna keep my eye on that one. That one seems neat.
Hyper like Drifter-esque.
Yeah. They shockingly showed off PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. You can vault over stuff and jump out of windows now, which was their big announcement.
Yay.
And then zombies are coming into the game because why the hell not? Forza Motorsport 7, they showed that, which 4K and multiple monitor support, wheel support, blah blah blah. Everything you'd expect. It looks great. Windows 10 only. Of course. Sea of Thieves coming out early 2018 to PC, which I didn't realize. I thought that was just an Xbox One thing. So great.
It sounds like, I'm not sure, but it sounds like they might not be able to do crossplay with this. I hope they can.
Boo-hiss.
But the fact that they talked about basically developing the two versions of the same game side by side, I'm hoping it means they can do it. But if they're talking like that makes me think it's not.
Well, they're gonna pull the curtain back in early 2018 and say, "Sea of Thieves VR, pew, plays Link." Sorry, wrong comment.
Sea of Thieves Skyrim.
Update your amiibos.
Yeah, exactly. Put your amiibos in your CD-ROM slot. They also showed off The Last Night, which is a game we will never be speaking of because the developer came out as a Gamergate supporter. So, go to hell. They showed off Griftlands by Clay.
Oh wow!
Clay
Yes.
Clay is making a RPG, sci-fi RPG, and it looks really good.
Yep, it's Clay, so I'm in.
Stop making great games, Clay. I don't have time. Just spread them out a little bit. Killing me. They showed off Lawbreakers. This is a Cliffy B's game he's been working on for about the last 15 or so years. This comes out in... How are they wording it? For pay early access in August. It's like $30.
Yeah.
Oh,
This game looks awesome. I am shocked at how...
I hate to say it, but it looks great. It does.
This is a Monday night game. This has Monday night written all over it. And it is... there's a trailer that's on their YouTube channel that's like 6 or 7 minutes long. That's basically like, here's the ideas behind Lawbreakers. Here's how to build a fort. Here's how to fight enemies. Here's the classes. And after watching that, I'm sort of like, oh, it actually looks really good. Crap.
Well,
yeah.
As long as they're not outright called cops, I think we might be okay.
They're zombies, so you're fine.
No, I think it's yeah.
Yeah, why is it called Lawbreakers? They're zombies.
I don't know.
Weird.
Oh,
maybe they couldn't.
Cliffy B.
They couldn't get Z Breakers as the title. Somebody else.
Cliffy B couldn't change his game attack to Lawbreakers, so he just made a game called it.
They also showed, surprisingly, they showed off Wargroove, which is a PC-only 2D top-down Advance Wars.
Yeah.
Which looks great, and I'm surprised they showed it at this show, because that doesn't seem like...
Yeah, it seems counterintuitive to show that type of game in that type of setting.
Yeah, looks super cool, though. And last but not least, they showed off Age of Empires Definitive Edition, their HD 4K remaking from the ground up the first Age of Empires.
It looks really good.
Yeah,
and they also
weird.
Teased a bunch of stuff to be announced at Gamescom in regards to Age of Empires.
I thought you were going to say it was going to be in VR, and I was just going to shut this thing down. This podcast is over. We're done.
Just wait. Now in HoloLens.
That'd be cool. Yeah, let's do that.
Yes, that
awesome.
Would be.
Man.
Looking at your
Pick
floor and
units.
seeing all the other units. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like black and white. Pick my guy up, move him. Yeah.
There was a
bummer that thing isn't a thing yet.
Yes, it really is. There was one VR game shown there that you skipped over, Boston, which I'm not a big VR person. I'm really not. I'm not interested right now. I don't want to isolate myself away from society. I do that by playing video games. I don't want to go even further into that hole. But they showed Lone Echo, which might be the VR game I most ever want to play.
I don't know if I caught that.
You are essentially you are an AI on a zero-G space station.
Go on.
And every single bit of movement is done with the hands. So because you're floating, you have a jetpack.
I thought you were going to say it's like an Iron Man game where you put your hands down to the side and just...
Yeah.
But no, like they showed like there's a story mode in it, which the trailer for it looked really cool. The movement in it looks fantastic because obviously everyone complains about, the movement in VR games.
Right.
The way they've solved that problem being in zero-G is really cool. The things I saw look great. Their big announcement for the show was the fact that the voice actor for the main character is now going to be Troy Baker. Because why not? But they also have a multiplayer mode. And it's the... Have you seen the Ender's Game movie?
No.
Oh, yeah. Is it like that?
You know the bit where they're trying to get the ball into the hole at the other side in zero-G?
Yeah.
That is their multiplayer mode.
Wait, how have you not seen Ender's Game?
When do I see any movie?
But yeah, it's basically an open arena, Boston. And
oh,
it's
right.
Like
I remember
you have
hearing...
a light disc, and you have to throw the light disc into the goal, but it's like in the air soccer, and you can boot people on the back of the head to stun them.
He's a program. Yeah, I remember there's like two... I remember there's two versions of the game coming out. One is the for-pay single player, and the other one is the free multiplayer.
Yes, they're releasing the multiplayer for free on the Oculus Store, and the single player is the campaign side of things. Okay. That's the bit you have to pay for.
I thought that was just an HTC Vive exclusive. Now we're debating between headsets now.
It's terrible. So that's the PC gaming show.
Link's available on the Samsung Gear VR.
Really?
No.
That was the PC gaming show. It was a mess again.
It really was.
Even the stage setup was sort of like a spotlight on a dark background with two people talking to each other. Like, it's just, there needs to be, this is like the 4th or 5th year it's been going on. Step it up. It's a really cool idea because everything else in the show is console focused. I really love the idea of, like, here's the best that PC games have to offer. Other than Microsoft's show, they also and it's coming to Windows 10. But, it's great to focus on some, PC focused stuff, but we can do better by PC games.
Yes. And considering the amount of money that goes into the PC market, it should be bigger. It should be better. It's a shame that it is. Well, I think they need to take it from where they are now, about halfway to Microsoft's press conference. Like, get about halfway to there and stop. That's perfect. Don't show cars on your stage. Don't talk about showing cars on your
Stop showing cars. Stop bringing out cars on stage, Microsoft. Come on.
Well, all right. Well, I think the biggest problem that the PC side of it has is the hardware changes so fast.
Yeah.
That you couldn't have a presentation like they have for the Scorpio.
Right.
Because there's so much variety out there and different ways to get your system to run what you want it to run.
Right.
I think the breadth is too wild for them to really focus on a really good show.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree to an extent, but at the same time, spend more than $20 on a stage.
Yeah. Yeah, the presentation is a little
It's
lacking.
a PVC pipe together and some draperies. It'd be fine.
How it felt.
It's a high school play production.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get the thespians to design it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be great. Let's move on to Ubisoft, not hosted by Aisha Tyler this year. So, sweet
Not
freedom.
gonna lie. Super disappointed. I know you guys don't like her. I like her a lot, and I was so sad that she was gone.
Yeah.
I like her, and I like Joel McHale, too.
Yeah, he did all right, yeah. I was just sort of sick of Aisha Tyler by this point. I felt it was like a little repetitive. They showed off, to start off with, they showed off the worst kept secret in gaming, which is Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I was ready to write this off until they showed that they made XCOM.
Yeah. Me too. And then I started watching the press conference at the same time as having our show notes open, and I saw what Boston had written in the show notes was they made XCOM ?
Yeah, I wrote they made XCOM.
And then I watched it. I was, oh my word, they did. They made a child-friendly XCOM, and it looks so good.
It looks, as someone who likes strategy RPGs, this looks like a really good strategy RPG. I am shocked about everything surrounding this game. If I had a Switch, it would probably be a purchase for me. But Switches aren't free.
Oh,
so.
Good job on getting Shigsy on the stage as well.
Yeah, with that gun hand thing.
Yes.
It's weird.
The awkwardness continues. The Frenchman speaking to the Japanese man with an English translator.
Yes. Video games.
Can't the UN put those things on loan, those little translators?
Yeah, exactly. They showed off more Assassin's Creed Origins, including their really weird, someone's playing it on a TV outside. Here's a camera.
Yeah.
Even they were like, we're gonna go back
We'll be
to
back
stage
later.
now.
It will look better than this. We swear.
AC Origins looks great. I mean, all three of us are Assassin's Creed fans, so it's something we're already interested in. But this, it looks cool. It looks like a different AC game.
I think if you don't see that at the Microsoft press conference and you only see Assassin's Creed Origins at the Ubisoft one, they did that game a massive disservice with that stupid segment where you're watching it on a TV.
Yeah.
Like, for the audience, by the way,
Just
people who
weird.
are listening to this and who haven't seen it, we're not talking about you all looking at like a projection of the TV. They had a camera looking at a TV,
outside.
which was angled in the sunlight outside, and you couldn't see the screen.
And that was their
barely.
gameplay
It
footage.
was-
Well, yeah, that's the old days of streaming.
Yeah, exactly. That was during TVGP
Look
pre-shows.
at our old pre-show videos,
Yeah. I
and
know, the
that's
camera's
essentially it.
around the TV. Yeah.
yeah.
Hold on, let the iris adjust for a second.
Yeah.
We'll be able to see it. I swear.
We're warming up
We're
here.
playing stuff
It's
instead of
recording
looking at
footage from
your
a
little
Vita.
thing from the game, the penguin. What the hell's that thing called?
VR. Skyrim VR.
Yes.
Oculus Rift.
Yeah. They then showed off E3's longest trailer for The Crew 2, where it made very clear you can fly everything, please God make it stop.
I like this trailer.
I liked it too, but I get that you can fly planes and cars and stuff after the first minute. But
It's an open world driving game.
Yeah, I'm glad they're making another Crew, because I think the first
Me
game
too.
had a lot of really cool ideas and just fell short in a lot of aspects. But
Yeah.
I hope they nail it on the second one.
Isn't
Me too.
this the one you keep trying to get everyone else to play?
Yes, because it's a good
Don't
game.
bring it up, Knobs. He's just
I
going to start
enjoy
again.
Playing it.
Was-
Getting us together is like trying to head a bunch of sheep with a stick.
No,
it's
it's not
ridiculous.
like herding sheep. It's far worse. It's like trying to herd kittens.
Yeah.
There we go.
Knobs knows what he's talking about. The ringleader, the tip of the Monday Night Spear. Please God, guys.
Edge of the knife.
Yeah. They showed off more South Park: The Fractured But Whole. Still coming out. Showed off new characters, more gameplay. It still looks like this second game. No surprises there. They also
It's
showed
up
off.
to like November, isn't it?
Yeah, I forgot to write down the release date, but it's fourth quarter this year. They also showed Enter the Home of a Mind, which is Elijah Wood's VR experience game.
Is it called that, or is it called Transference? Because I honestly couldn't tell.
Genuinely don't know. It says Enter the Home of a Mind in 2018. I don't even know what it is, dude.
Maybe that's the tagline.
Man, if this game had like a being John Malkovich mode, it'd be
That'd be
awesome.
great. This
It kind
sounds
of-
like a Kojima title.
Yeah, it really does. And the trailer's very
So
Kojima-esque
everything's
as
snake?
well. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know what it is,
But-
so hopefully it's good.
yeah. It's in VR, so that's a good thing.
Oh god. They then showed Skull and Bones, which answers the question of why didn't we get a Black Flag sequel? Because they made this, and they took out the Assassin's Creed, and they're making a dark
They made
Sea
a
of
pirate
Thieves.
game.
And it
So,
looks cool.
really quick though. I was kind of excited about this upon the trailer, but then the more they talked about it, I don't know. Caught it. They didn't mention any single player mode at all. They didn't mention a campaign. They didn't mention any of
think
that.
there is one.
They specifically talked about multiplayer stuff, which makes me think this is a For Honor, but boats instead of samurai.
Yeah. I will go on the ledge and say it's a 100% multiplayer.
Yeah,
And it
that
looks
lessens
cool.
my interest in it. It does look great, but it lessens my interest in it, to be honest. Because
I don't know
want-
if there are chanties in it. I'm in.
it does seem like it.
Yeah, it does seem like
they
it.
deliberately kept a couple of seconds in at the end of a sequence, and it's all of them singing shanties.
They know what people love from Black Flag, and that's sailing and
Mhm.
shanties. So we already got two of the things,
And-
Skull and Bones.
And everybody yelling fire at the same time.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool.
That and Waylon. I really liked Waylon in that game.
Yeah, that was pretty good. They showed off Just Dance 2018. That's exactly what you think it is.
Awesome.
They then showed South Park Phone Destroyer, which is a South Park mobile game, which is also exactly what you think it is. They didn't show off a ton of footage for that. It seems like it's very early days. I don't know if it even has a release date other than like someday. So
Yeah.
they then showed.
No,
Whoops, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it seems like Stick of Truth / Fractured Butthole, except on a mobile device.
Yeah, and
Like,
like
that literally seems like
texting
it's changed.
focused and website focused, like focused on the device
Yeah.
itself. They then showed Starlink Battle for Atlas. You put spaceship parts in your controller, then you fly that spaceship in the game, and it looks pretty cool, and they put more spaceship parts on your controller, and you fly that spaceship.
Mm-hmm. It's Toys to Life plus...
Controller ships.
Yeah. Toys to Life plus space.
That looks
it's
fun.
Like fly your ships around. I hate to say it, but it really does look cool.
I won't spend any money on it, because that's a deep, dark hole that I don't have any money to throw in.
Gimmicky as hell, but cool.
Yeah. They then showed off an expansion for Steep that's focused on the Olympics. So
yes,
that's a thing. They then showed off Far Cry 5. You can have a dog attack somebody and the dog will steal their gun.
Yes.
So go buy Far Cry 5.
This is the first footage or trailer I've seen of 5. I've heard scuttlebutt about the setting and things like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, people talking about that. All I have to say to that is, get mad, please, because I'm feeding on your outrage, you people who this setting makes mad. Just yum, 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 yum,
Well,
yum. Come on,
it's
get
cool
mad.
because we never see games that are in... It's in Montana, right?
Yes.
We never see
Montana.
games in that setting. So it's a cool game. That looks cool. Far Cry's good.
I have a little side bet going on the amount of petitions that this is going to get.
Oh, it already has so
gonna be-
many, and it's great.
Like, it's
So good.
I honestly, I think this is probably the most interesting game that Far Cry has been attached to.
Yep.
Yes. It was getting the same oldie, and they brought it home. They're tackling on a subject which is a very real subject right now.
How was Primal same oldie?
Well, and 4 was pretty good. 3 was fine. 2 was weird. 1 was weird, too.
One got weird. 1 started off as a pretty standard.
You're paragliding, yeah. The Abominable Snowman. It's like, what?
What?
What is happening? Far Cry is
almost as good as the alien turn in Crisis. Like, that was... I did not know that at all going into that game.
Yeah. And last but not least, they showed off Beyond Good and Evil 2 again. It's still nowhere near started at all. So this is basically a trailer that looks like it could be a Luc Besson movie, which is great. But yeah, it's not coming out anytime soon. So
no,
for those of you that enjoyed the first one for some reason, it's still not coming out.
I never played the first one, so I literally don't give a crap about Beyond Good and Evil 2.
The problem with the first one is it's too old now. Like third-person action games have that's a game that should probably get an HD remake, not a remaster, but a remake to modernize a lot of it before this game comes out, because it's rough.
Yeah, same thing like those old action games like Market Cree. Like, that would probably be unplayable right now. Rygar is another one. Great games, but just not... After they were out for 2 or 3 years, sort of like, God of War happened, and that made some stuff a lot better. They kind of made everything better. Yeah. All right, so that was Ubisoft's. I thought that one was fine. Showed a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was pretty tame for Ubisoft, though.
It was. Yeah, they came out early and right before the show and said, like, look, Eve is going to come out at the beginning, and we're going to have developers talk, and that's about it. Like, the developers are going to sell their own games. And I thought that was smart for them. They had a lot of good stuff to show.
I mean, they did the Beyond Good and Evil trailer, but I'm kind of glad that they didn't have one more thing.
Yeah.
You know, because they've done that like the past 5 years, you know.
Yeah, and then one more thing is sort of like, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Last year it was Wildlands.
Wildlands. Sold incredibly well. Curses. Speaking of just showing off game after game, let's talk about Sony. They had a bunch of pre-show reveals. Some of them, they spoiled stuff they were going to show later. Tropico 6 is coming to PS4 in 2018. Tropico games are great. If you haven't played one, they're great. Undertale is coming to the Vita and the PS4 in the summer. Yes.
The Tropico, did they say whether or not that's exclusive or it's coming to both?
I haven't seen, but
Okay, good.
Did Tropico 5 come out on Xbox One?
Yes, it did. It's one of my wife's favorite game series, and she saw the trailer and lost her mind.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't coming out for both. I mean, it's it's such a cash cow for them. They want to get as much as they can. Undertale's coming out. Everybody lost their mind. It's getting a Japanese localization, famously now. That might be my chance to try Undertale again. And Ni no Kuni 2 gets a release date of November 10th. That game still looks really great. People are haters. Let's talk about the show. They started off the show with some music, and then
yes, they did.
We lost the audio for a while, so I don't know what's going on with Uncharted Lost Legacy, but that's still coming out. So that it's more Uncharted with different people, so it's probably good. It'll look great.
It kind of makes me laugh a little bit because it feels like they're doing a little Lara Croft action here, and it's like how weird that Uncharted ripped off Lara Croft, who ripped off Uncharted, who's now ripping off Lara Croft again.
Ouroboros is just continuing to eat his own tail.
Yes.
They showed off the first big DLC for Horizon Dawn titled The Frozen War. Oh, the only real details were it takes place in the frozen northern area, so makes me want to play Horizon Dawn more. So, which I still haven't done.
Interested in it. Play it when I play it.
Yeah. They showed off more Days Gone. I cannot muster any interest for this game, and I have no idea why.
I think I might have a theory on this because I was thinking one thing during this entire gameplay trailer. I thought it looked cool. I thought it was interesting.
They showed this last year, didn't they?
They did, yeah. That was when they changed the name. The biker guy.
That was the game where you're going through the thing and like you break something. You're doing this chain reaction to escape or something.
Yeah, and like the zombies are swarming this farmhouse you're in.
Yes.
Yeah, that's this. It had a different name before it was Days Gone, but it's always been this biker zombie game.
But yeah, my theory in this, other than quick note, I mentioned this to Boston yesterday. The Apprentice Star Killer is back. Thank goodness. I love that guy.
Yeah. That guy is in this game.
Yes. I think the reason you might be a little bit done with it is because it seems to me like the majority of Sony's first-party titles are being Ubisofted, which is to say homogenized in. They're all third-person action-adventure games, like sequence-heavy, linear.
And this one has zombies.
Story-based. Yeah. But so did Last of Us, essentially.
Yeah.
It feels like the same game.
I want Days Gone to be good because it looks like a cool game. You know, sort of open world. You know, a lot of zombies on screen. You're always outnumbered. But it just seems like something I've played before in a way that I can't put my finger on. And I hate disliking a game for no reason. So I need to figure out why. But I can't. This is the second trailer I've seen, and I sort of go, oh, all right, that Days Gone. Cool.
I mean, to be honest, that's the reason why I can't get excited for it, is because it looks like everything else they're putting out. Yeah. It looks like all of the Uncharted, Last of Us, every one of these games, it looks the same now.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, they can tell
They're so infamous in that look. They all have that specific look to it. That's the thing that, I don't know, kind of turns me away from most third-person action games on the PlayStation format.
Yeah.
There's something about how they scale, like kind of how like the difference between Madden models and 2K models. Like they just something about it just it's always seemed weird with me. I feel the same way with most games on PlayStation.
Yeah. I mean, the story might be great, and if it is, I will probably play them to experience the story. But at the same time, I can't get excited about something that looks like something they've released 5 years running. You know.
Their next big announcement was Monster Hunter World coming out early 2018. It's a proper Monster Hunter game on PS4. So that's...
it's not just on PlayStation 4.
What else
It's coming to Xbox One.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, it is. Get ready for the Moonpier Monster Hunter and Elite Dangerous show.
Oh, hooray. So if you care about Monster Hunter, you're getting more of it.
Clearly, one-third TVGP, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of... more games I don't care about. There's a full remake, not a remaster, of Shadow of the Colossus in 2018, so you get to kill those Colossi for the 4th or 5th time now. Congratulations.
Didn't they just do this last year?
That was a remaster. This is a remake.
Oh, good God.
Yeah. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite had not a gameplay trailer, but a story trailer, and a story demo is out now. That was a weird way to show that game. I don't...
It seems like they did the opposite of what Dragon Ball FighterZ did.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball FighterZ was like, this is why you were interested in this game.
Here's
and Marvel
aliens
versus
punching
Capcom.
aliens. Let's go.
And Marvel vs. Capcom was like, here's some story. I hope you like it.
Yeah.
Well, this is the weird thing. Is like it's almost like they took what Mortal Kombat did with MK9, like, okay, we need to do that now too, but let's forget the game.
Yeah, like, I don't know. That game is in a really weird position where even hardcore MVC fans don't seem to care about it. So
One right here.
Yeah.
I will still buy it, but that's the difference between, and that's why everyone's losing their minds over Dragon Ball Z or Fighter Z versus Marvel's Capcom Infinite.
Yeah.
Because that one game is the game you really want to play, and the other one is the game you're like, I'm not entirely sure about.
Yeah, like you have.
It's got all the pieces, parts. How good is this?
Yeah, like show me more of it.
Yeah.
Showed Call of Duty World War II. That's coming out November 3rd. That wasn't a big part of the show. That's almost out. So no crazy part there. Moonpier already talked about it, but they showed Skyrim VR, which I just wrote all in caps.
Yep. That pretty much perfect.
Skyrim's not that great. It's not going to be better in VR. It's just going to be uglier in your face. Like, I just...
we disagree about how good Skyrim is, I will agree with you on they need to stop releasing it.
It's okay. One of us will be right.
Skyrim's just not my jam, and I really don't care.
Yeah. It's not your game, and it's not great. So... they show off.
I just need Borderlands. I need more Borderlands.
Yeah,
Borderlands.
I mean, Borderlands 3. They're working on it. So, they showed off Star Child VR title, which looked like a cool 2D side-scrolling platformer thing.
Yeah,
with like a giant
really
robot.
quite like the look of that.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
It's cool.
It's like a 2-minute trailer
coming up. Yeah.
Another VR title they showed, The Inpatient. Which was a game I didn't realize was a Until Dawn prequel, about 50 years before that game. So that looks cool. Until Dawn is a game I still haven't yet played, though I really need to. So having more of that stuff other than that VR carnival shooting game
finger
is good.
thing.
Yeah. They showed off the Final Fantasy 15 VR has now changed from why am I playing this to Sega Bass Fishing.
Yes, it has.
Creature from the Deep, which I would like that to be good because it's ludicrous. So, I don't know what Square Enix is doing anymore. So
no, neither do I.
What the hell's going on? They also showed off Moss, which I can't... I'm seeing some places that it is also VR, but I haven't seen anything specific. It's that cute game with the mouse with like the green gauntlet thing. That looks pretty cool.
It looks like it might be Giant Citizen Kabuto, is it? Where you're a big thing and you control little things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when it was during the trailer, you saw the two hands come out. Moss was looking at you, and you were looking into a pool of water and seeing like a little face of a spectral image. So it looks like you solve puzzles for the mouse to go through and maybe tell him who to attack and stuff like that.
Cool. That'd be cool.
So it seems like it could be a really interesting take on that idea.
Yeah. Not VR, surprisingly. God of War, they showed off a longer trailer and it's still coming out early 2018. That looks great.
Give it a minute.
What's that?
And
give it a minute. That'll be VR.
Yeah.
Also, Teal'c is the voice actor, which pleases me to no end. From the Stargate series, Teal'c.
Okay.
Was he the big guy with the thing on his face?
Yes. He's the voice actor for Kratos, and he does a great job of voice acting, so I'm happy.
I'm really excited for that. It looks like they are...
Is it Kratos again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
But they're... I don't know why, because they're being very clear about, like, it's not the same dude. I think it's just
Yeah,
like,
it's
hey,
a
we
no-
need to put a
it's-
dude on the cover. It's Kratos again, but it's not the same guy. So
Was it reincarnation?
Yes.
who cares?
It's the Norse reincarnation.
It looks really good, and I wanted to hate this because God of War kept getting worse with every game they put out, and
Yes.
the footage of this shows me that I think they've gone back to the drawing board and said, we can't just keep doing that. Let's make something that's much different.
Yeah.
And that looks really cool. So I'm excited for that. They showed off a surprisingly long and very heavy-handed trailer for Detroit Become Human. Is that the title?
What is this thing called now?
It's
Detroit: Become Human.
Yeah, Detroit Become Human. This game looks like a David Cage game.
100%.
It
That's
has
literally my note says. It looks like one of his games.
it has all the trappings. It's super heavy-handed. I don't. This looks really great, like on the surface, but I feel like it's going to be another Heavy Rain, where as soon as you start thinking about it, it maybe falls under its own weight. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know. Although in the future, Android spray painting graffiti buildings is super cool. They're all like holding up their phone and something
the
shows up.
hologram.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Destiny 2, I wrote down blah 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 light. That's your Destiny 2 trailer.
That's perfect. That is actually exactly what I took from it as well.
Yeah. I don't know. Destiny 2. Here's a hot take for Destiny 2. Destiny 2 doesn't look good. So, I'm super worried about Destiny 2. Find out September 6th whether or not it's a hot mess.
That's really close.
Mm-hmm. Yepers.
Was that nervousness I just heard in your your voice?
No, I mean, they're just cutting features during E3. Why would I be nervous? But again,
Oh,
I really
really?
like.
I didn't notice that.
Ranked PvP is out. Private servers are out. Classes are mostly gone. It should be fine. Everything will be fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're not on fire. Last game they showed, sort of hitting the ending with a bang here. Insomniac's Spider-Man. That looks pretty cool.
How is it ending with a bang? That game should be out. It
Yeah.
looks the same for the last 3 E3s.
Yeah, here's a hint, Knobs. Those were CG trailers.
Yes.
This is the first gameplay they've shown, which is they announced that way too early. I think this looks fun. I'm a little worried about how they're gonna stretch that experience out for as long as this game should be.
Yeah.
But Insomniac making a Spider-Man game and basically making it a let's not kill people Batman game. Sure. I could be down for checking that out. Looks great. That suit's weird. I don't know what they were thinking about mashing 4 suits together.
I don't know why the white's in it, but whatever.
Yeah.
It might be the worst Spider-Man suit I think I've ever seen.
Apparently they're going to have a whole bunch of suits, so maybe we can get Noir Spider-Man
As
in there.
long as the Scarlet Spider's in there, I'll be happy.
Great. There's a little teaser at the end about...
I just need that cut-off hoodie.
Yeah.
I'm good.
There's a little teaser there at the end with, Miles Morales?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was
Ultimate
great.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Alice in the
Yeah.
Ultimate Universe.
Yeah. So I think that
looks cool.
could be interesting, and Insomniac makes good games. So I have an open mind about that one, even though it looks weird. So hopefully it'll be fun. That was Sony. Kind of one trailer after another, and Sean Layton only coming out twice to say, "Hey, we're Sony. Here's more trailers."
Yep.
I thought that was an
Kick him out on stage. Hey, you need to say something.
Yeah,
Get out there.
go show yourself. I thought that was okay. They showed off a lot of games. They didn't. It's a band that came up and played for 90 minutes without talking to you. They did what you wanted them to do. Sony showed off some pretty good stuff, but a lot of it is already mostly known quantities and remakes. So
Yeah.
it's okay. Yeah. All three of us are just herming. So That's our verdict for
to
Sony.
be honest, three things that got me excited in the Sony press conference was Spider-Man, which I will play it.
Yeah.
I will play it when I get a PlayStation 4, and that will be that. It was Days Gone. Looks cool. I'll be interested in it. But the thing I was most excited by was Monster Hunter, and that's coming to the Xbox. So
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Nice to see another another console proper console version of that since the PS2.
Yes,
Yeah, I think it was the
something
last
like
one.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
no,
was
they
a-
tried it with the Wii.
That's true. Yeah.
There was a 360 version of it as well, but that was Japan exclusive. It was the MMO version of it,
Oh, that's right. That never
which
came
was
out,
Japan
yeah.
exclusive.
Yeah.
But
Just
you know
like
what? I'm getting a mainline Monster Hunter game on my Xbox One. I couldn't be happier. I'm so pumped.
that's the only thing Moon will be playing for
Yes.
all of 2018.
Get ready for my lazy Susan to turn into 2 games.
Yeah. And last but not least, Nintendo hit play button on their recorded video, and they showed off ARMS, which still looks fun in a really kind of crazy way.
It looks weird.
Yeah, it looks odd.
I like that it's really weird. It reminds me sort of a Dreamcast game where it's like, who greenlit like $2
Yes.
million for this thing? Because it's weird. It could be fun or it could be a mess, but who knows?
It's not Space Channel 5 weird, but it's weird.
Of boxing.
It's up there.
It's almost
Jinx
like Jet Set.
for the
it might
double
kinda reminds
reference
me
for
of Jet
Space
Set
Shuttle
Radio.
5.
Moon is lagging, so we have crosstalk here. They showed off Rocket League for the Switch, which is, it's now coming to every platform. It's cross-play between that and the Xbox One. So,
Yeah.
good job, guys. They showed off more Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which looks like more of that. Not a ton of gameplay from that, I think, because that's a pretty known quantity at this point.
You loved the first one, didn't you?
I really did, even though it was way too long. I never finished it. The three of us on Pup all played it and all fizzled out at the same spot. Because it's like, God, I've been playing this for 75 hours, and I might be halfway through.
Yeah.
Like, I can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is now the third title, because, yeah. They showed off Kirby coming out in 2018, which is not the official title. That's another Kirby game. So that's going to be...
I love Kirby.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game. The Kirby games are almost always good. So that's... They're making...
Probably the most underrated Nintendo franchise.
I could get behind that. Yeah.
Everybody talks about Mario and all these other stuff and so on and so forth, but nobody ever gives Kirby love.
Yeah. Get the hell out of here, Yoshi. I love Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. They showed Pokken Tournament Deluxe. Just coming out on the Switch. Again, another one of those. Game Freak has made the big announcement that they are starting work on a mainline Pokemon game for the Switch. So this is the very first console Pokemon game, which probably happened because it's also a handheld.
Handheld. Yep.
So
100% that's why it happened.
Because
I just got an Amber Alert. Sorry.
Wait, jeez. Because Game Freak is crazy about you being able to IR blast Pokemon to other people. Who cares? You have the internet. Stop being crazy. A giant 4 appeared on screen, and they announced Metroid Prime 4. And that's it. No details, no nothing.
So...
Retro is not working on it, to be clear for everyone.
What?
They are consulting, but they are not making it. Retro's working on some secret game that they probably finished 10 games in the last couple of years that whoever has put them in solitary will not let them release. So...
I don't care. I'm buying a Switch now.
I think it could be cool. I would like to see them make another good Metroid Prime. It has been long enough. 1 and 2 were really great. 3 was really great, although not a lot of people played it. 4, the formula is there. Just don't screw it up. That's all you need to do.
I hope they do well.
Yeah. So, fingers crossed. They also announced another Yoshi game, tentatively titled Yoshi. It keeps with the papercraft style. Like Kirby, that's going to be another one of those games. So
Yeah.
they showed off both of the Breath of the Wild DLC packs that you get for the season pass, along with amiibo of the 4 champions from inside the game. That all looks pretty good. That looks very different from the vanilla Breath of the Wild. So I'm curious to see what that will be, because a game came out a while ago and that season pass is $20. So I'm hoping it makes good on their promise there. Their very first season pass. I'm hoping it's good. Showed off Fire Emblem Warriors, still coming out in 2017. That looks like a Fire Emblem Musou game.
Yep, and it has all of the people.
Yep, all your Fire Emblem Warriors.
Great.
The brother and sister dressed in white. It's got your Marth. You've got everything you need right there.
Yep, it's got all of them. Marth, Lady Marth, everybody from Smash Brothers. They also showed off Skyrim. Hey guys, you can use your link with me. Yeah, whatever. They showed off now in VR. They also showed off E3's craziest trailer, Super Mario Odyssey, where Mario can throw his hat on things and possess them.
He did the Ginyu Force, the Captain Ginyu move, and he took over people. It was fantastic.
Yeah, like a T-Rex or a taxi cab or a Rob the Robot or a human or a bullet bit.
That was the funniest.
It's frightening. This looks cool.
Yes.
It's nice to see them doing something radically different with Super Mario so far. In the same way that like Galaxy was really different from the previous stuff. It's just, what is the game? Because so far it almost looks like Lego Marvel Superheroes, where you have a big open world hub that you then go to levels off of, which would be okay. But
it seems more like an Oddworld game than a Mario game.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, taking over stuff and having them do your bidding, farting.
It feels like they've gone bonkers in only the way Japanese developers can go bonkers. Like, I don't know what the design doc for this game looked like, but it feels from that trailer like one of the most Japanese Mario games I've seen in years.
Yeah, it looks crazy. It's exciting though.
It looks great.
Yeah, it looks great.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah. And the last thing they showed sort of on the stream right after their live to tape sort of thing is Metroid Samus Returns. They are basically reimagining Metroid 2, the Game Boy game that a lot of people didn't make. And they're sort of, like another Metroid 2 remake did last year. They're sort of remaking and reimagining the lost Metroid game that not a lot of people played. So that's cool.
So they
would be completely okay with that.
Yeah. It's for 3DS.
The only way they could do better would be Super Metroid. But
yeah.
So they heard something popular on the internet and they made it.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah. They should have just...
So they are aware of the internet then?
I mean,
clearly.
They've heard of it. Somebody prints out a couple of popular articles from the day and delivers it to them.
Mm-hmm. And they've just got lawyers.
There's like a Cat 5 port anywhere in Nintendo's.
Yeah, there's one in the lobby.
Like, I'm sure their whole system's all set up with like vacuum tubes just sending ideas upstairs.
Yeah, it's vacuum tubes and IR scanners and beamers.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I thought Nintendo had a pretty good showing, mostly because of...
Especially for Nintendo, yeah.
Mostly because of Super Mario Odyssey. A lot of the rest of the stuff was sort of checking the boxes for, cool, we got new Kirby and Yoshi, those are good. ARMS just came out, Rocket League is coming to Switch. Like, a lot of stuff that's sort of like, okay, cool, yeah, like, that's, sure, great.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff
I
we've
thought
already known.
Metroid Prime 4 is a surprise for me. This is a game I thought I'd never see.
Yeah, I think that's the surprise of their show, just saying, like, yeah, man, like, we're working on it. You guys can stop complaining about Metroid now. Like, we got you. Someone is working on it. I don't know who. I'll look it up here while we're talking. So what? I guess what did we think about E3 overall? Knobs, let's start with you.
I don't. It's like every other E3. There's a lot of stuff that I'm interested in. A lot of stuff I'm disappointed it isn't coming out in time, or when they said it was coming out the first time around, like 3 or 4 years ago.
Right.
Um, it's a thing every year that I think we all get way too excited for.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Moon, what about you?
I mean, I'm in pretty much the same boat. Like, there's
No, I take
mean,
it back. I'm completely disappointed for one reason. I still don't have a wireless headset.
There you go. See our
Yes.
predictions.
Were you in
episode.
the party when I lost my mind again trying to do something?
Yes.
And a thing out of my ear, and I was like,
That was when you were playing Hyper Light Drifter. Yeah, it went about as well as you can expect.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I liked it this year. I mean, I didn't pay too much attention to it the past couple of years because, to be honest, I'm fed up with getting caught up in the hype. I do every time. I am one of these people. I will fall for the hype every single time. But yeah, exactly. But that's the thing is I fall for the hype on games like Destiny, where then I get burnt by it.
Right.
The Division. I love the Division, but I still feel like I got burnt by that. And then this year, I didn't buy into the hype for much. Anthem a little bit. I'm a little bit hyped for Anthem. But the main thing for me is the games that I know I'm going to love. The Dragon Ball Z Fighters, which I didn't even hear about until this happened.
Yeah.
The Monster Hunter for Xbox One, which I will happily sink 7,000 hours into
Yep.
and play it forever. These are games I know I will enjoy because they are known quantities to a certain extent.
Assassin's
So,
Creed Origins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's games I'm excited about are games which I know, and I know how they're going to play. I know what they're going to be, and I felt that part of it was great, but everything else was just a little bit hypey. So it was just like, yeah.
well, I mean, but the other stuff was
release.
other stuff was like pre-hyped though from last year. Like if this was the first time we saw South Park: The Fractured But Whole, yeah, that would be amazing.
Mhm.
Right.
Or Crackdown, which was teased I don't know how many years ago.
Yeah.
Like if this was the first time you're seeing it, we would be losing our mind.
Yeah.
And now anything that's announced now, we're like, oh well, we're not seeing that till like 2020.
Right.
Like it's hard to get excited about the show.
I think for me, the thing that E3 this year reminded me of is 2017 by itself is already one of the best years in gaming, and anything that's coming out this year that was shown at the show is kind of just, buffeting this year being great.
Yep.
And a lot of stuff is slipping to 2018, and I'm kind of really happy because I haven't caught up on 2017 yet, and we're halfway done. Like,
I haven't caught up on 2014 yet.
right. NBA Live. So I mean, it was sort of a show that didn't show a lot of new stuff. It was firming up release dates and details for a lot of stuff and showing more and bigger trailers for things we already knew about. And to me, that's fine because we still have Yakuza and Persona 5 and Prey, and there's a whole laundry list of games that already are out in 2017 that you should be playing that were probably part of a Sony sizzle reel or a Microsoft sizzle reel of like the power of Xbox One. These games are already out. Go play that stuff. Like, you don't have to worry about what's coming out in 2018 yet, because 2017 is just packed to the gills with 10 out of 10 number one spot games already. So
I don't think there's enough hours in the year at this point.
yeah.
No.
So why worry about 2018 when 2017 is here and it's great? So E3 2017.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. We appreciate you putting up with us, talking to you for 2 hours straight about games you saw last week, because E3 started on like a Saturday this year, which was super weird, and was open to the public this year, which was a super bad idea. We will.
I haven't even heard about any of that stuff yet.
Yeah, it's real not good. We're you can find us tvgp.tv. All the stuff is there. The Game Club episode for Hyper Light Drifter is out now. Next Game Club game is Oxenfree. So we will reconvene about Oxenfree in 4 weeks. But until then, we'll see you all next week.
Laters.
Yeah.
All right, so who do we want in those games? Well, I kind of got mine. Like, I just wanted to see Nova, and that was in Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3, so...
Yeah.
And Cell's in this game, that's all I really cared about, because I love Cell. What is this, a crown on my head? Let's call it a crown.
The thing this is our pre-show, by the way, anyone who's listening. We don't have titles this week. The great thing about the Dragon Ball Fighters Z, which it seems to be the title now, they just put everybody in there. And you have a character select screen of like literally 125 people. And that's it. I need to fight as Mr. Popo.
Sweet, I get to fight as Kui.
Yeah. Fight as Shenlong.
I literally can't wait to hear all the squares make a circle about 1,000,000 times as Nobs is fighting as Popo.
I thought you were going to say, I can't wait to get out of this sweatbox. And I was going to say, well, we're done live streaming. So see everyone next week. Bye.
Bye.